This week, new Apple Watches just launched. There's the Apple Watch Series 9 and the Apple Watch Ultra 2. There are also new eco-friendly bands that align with Apple's goals to be carbon neutral. But why should you care? What's new about the Apple Watch and which model should you get? Hi, I'm MICHAELJOSH, your gadget matchmaker, and over the last decade, I've made it my job to show people around the world that tech can be easy, fun, and exciting. On this channel, I give you special access to the products I review, the events I attend, and all the interesting people I get to meet along the way. So, if you need an Apple Watch on your wrist, give this channel a like and subscribe, and I'll help you find the right gadget to match your needs. This is the only video you need to watch if you're looking for an Apple Watch. I know you guys want to know the different SKUs, the different models, the different finishes. I have 3 different Apple Watches to unbox today. The first is the basic aluminum Apple Watch Series 9. Second, if you want to be a little bit fancier, we have the stainless steel Apple Watch Series 9. And for those who live a more outdoorsy lifestyle, there's the Apple Watch Ultra 2. Let's start with the Apple Watch Series 9, and I chose 2 different models that represent all the choices you need to make. First is case size, either 41mm or 45mm, and finish or material, aluminum or stainless steel. Let's start with the smaller, and in this case, the pricier model. Pull on these tags. There you go. And now time to unfold. Ta-da! Look at that. It's immediately clear that we have a gold Apple Watch and underneath, a gold Milanese loop. Let's start with the watch. Pull on these arrows. Info packet, designed by Apple in California. And inside you have a charging puck. Notice all of Apple's cables this year feature that new braided design, which is much more durable compared to that plain white cable that we're used to. Also in here, some paperwork, no Apple stickers. And finally, you get to see the stainless steel gold Apple Watch.
Almost there and done.
Ooh, look how beautiful and shiny it is. If you're more into gold jewelry, then this is the watch that you want to get. And the Milanese loop, beautiful. Milanese loop is probably one of my favorite. Not very flashy. Let's see what it looks like on the watch. Next, let's do the aluminum Apple Watch in 45mm. And we have the Midnight Blue model with a Midnight Sport Loop. By the way, it's not Midnight Blue, it's actually just Midnight. Let's start with this guy. We can skip this side. Let's go straight here. Let's see if this one slides out much easier. It does have some blue to it, but more or less it's a black watch with a very slight bluish hue. By the way, if you want that carbon neutral Apple Watch, you'll also need to pick a specific band. In the case of the Series 9, it's a sport loop. And if you flip this box around, you'll see that it also says carbon neutral on the box of this band. Ooh, now this one has hints of blue. It's like a navy blue, some hints of gray. There you go. Goes perfectly with my outfit. Next up, let's check out the Apple Watch Ultra 2. This guy also has that carbon neutral logo on it. Just pull here. So basically it's very similar, if not the same packaging as last year. You have a booklet with a snow-capped mountain. And then inside you have this booklet which shows us the different kinds of bands, alpine, ocean, and trail. And then the user guide as well that's showing you all the buttons and dials and what they do, how to charge, and then in here you have some other documentation. Right here we have an Apple Watch Ultra 2 and a blue Alpine loop. Let's start with the watch. This is a very special designed by Apple in California packet with the coordinates to Apple Park in Cupertino. Let's open it up. USB charging puck with that braided cable that I love so much. And last, Apple Watch Ultra 2. With that same brushed titanium finish that's on the new iPhones. Next, let's take a look at this blue Alpine loop. And again, this is one of the carbon neutral bands. Ooh, I really love this one. It has some shades of blue and gray, both my favorite colors. Let's unhook the loop. So you push up and through. I really like this band because it provides the most secure fit. So like if I'm running, if I'm climbing, I know that it's hooked in. The Apple Watch is not going anywhere. Apple also announced a whole bunch of new bands this year, and I have two of them. The first one is the modern buckle, and this one is in the color lavender. What's more important is that instead of being a leather band, this is kind of Apple's leather replacement. And this material is called fine woven. It still looks very premium, almost leather-like, and it is soft to the touch, just like suede. I'm going to use my Hermes Apple Watch. Apple has sold modern buckles before, but this year, in an effort to be carbon neutral, they have decided to do away with any leather product, which means no more leather modern buckles. Instead, they're introducing a new material called fine woven. And just so that you can get an idea of how different it is, side by side, we can get a better look of how it's different. Notice the leather band definitely has that grain to it. It says it's made with natural leather. This one does look like leather, but it definitely has a more suede-like texture. Last but not least is the pure platinum Nike Sport Band. It almost looks like a Pride band if you ask me. Look at that. These colored specs, by the way, are made from recycled materials, including old unused bands. Fun fact, because these specks of color, these birthday sprinkles, are completely random, no two bands are going to be exactly the same. If you're looking to get a carbon neutral Apple Watch, you have two options, either the aluminum Apple Watch Series 9 or the Watch Ultra 2, paired with a carbon neutral band. For the Series 9, you'll need the Sport Loop. For the Apple Watch Ultra, if you want a carbon neutral band, you have two choices. You can either go for the Alpine Loop or the Trail Loop. The easy way to tell is just to check for this logo on the box. Now let's talk about what's new on Apple Watch Series 9. First up, you get brighter displays. The display on the S9 is 2 times brighter than last year, while the adventure-focused Apple Watch Ultra 2 now goes up to 3,000 nits of peak brightness, which is perfect if you're out camping or maybe stuck in the wilderness somewhere. In terms of color choices, the Apple Watch Series 9 Aluminum is available in 5 options. You have Midnight, Starlight, Silver, Pink, which is a new color, and Product Red. For the stainless steel options, you have Silver, Graphite, and Gold. Both of these watches are powered by the new S9 SIP, which is more powerful, but in more exciting news, also enables a new feature coming next month on the Apple Watch, Double Tap. Here is how it works. First, you raise your hand to signify awareness, and then you double tap your index finger and your thumb. Actually, you can double tap any of these fingers, but these are probably the easiest ones, but I've also tried all the other fingers and they work as well. If you double tap once, it brings up the Smart Stack. You double tap again, you can scroll through all your open widgets. You can also double tap to do a lot of things like pausing and playing your music, snoozing an alarm, answering a phone call, and ending that call. In fact, every time you get a notification with a button on your screen, a double tap will also serve as a physical tap of the button. Whenever you double tap, you'll feel some haptics on your wrist, as well as see this blue icon. If double tap isn't supported for that action, that blue icon will basically shake his head to let you know, no go. If you watched our iPhone 15 review, you'll know that the new iPhone 15 series all get an updated UWB chip for precision finding. Just like you're able to find missing AirTags with arrows, you can now use precision finding on your Apple Watch to find your missing iPhone. Because of that more powerful S9 chip on the Series 9 and Apple Watch Ultra 2, you're also now able to get Siri on device. That means Siri no longer has to connect to a server every time you say, this, by the way, is more relevant for tasks that Siri can do on its own on the watch, not those tasks that require connecting to the internet. For example, starting a workout. Speaking of Siri, you can now ask it for your health records. Commands like how many calories have I burned? Or manual requests like log my meds, log my period, log my glucose readings. All of this you can now ask Siri to do with your voice. If you're into luxury tech, you also might be wondering, what about the Hermes bands? Hermes, after all, is known for leather. Long story short, Apple and Hermes have worked together to create non-leather bands. There are 4 new bands to choose from: Toile, Tuile, Bridon, and Kilim. Toile is a woven interpretation of Hermes' signature checked canvas. Tuile is also a woven band, but in solid colors. Bridon is a continuous knit that's braided into a 3D chevron pattern. And Kilim is a sporty band with a rubber finish and a deployment buckle. But all is not lost for leather fans. I recently found out that if you buy your watch from Hermes.com or at an Hermes boutique, you can still get an Apple Watch Series 9 Hermes edition with a leather band. And if you'd like to see some of those bands, make sure to follow me on social media. We actually have some of those leather bands already on their way. And that was our unboxing of the Apple Watch Series 9 and Apple Watch Ultra 2, a rundown of all the new features, and an update on Apple Watch Hermes. If you've purchased an Apple Watch within the last 3 years, I don't think you need to upgrade, but if you're in the market for a new Apple Watch, now is definitely a great time to do so. If you were to go out and buy one today, which Apple Watch would you choose? What color, what finish, what band? Let me know in the comments section down below. For more videos like this one, you know the drill, folks. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit that bell icon so that you get notified as soon as we upload. Follow me on social media for all the behind the scenes fun stuff, and for news and updates, make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. Until the next video, I'm MICHAELJOSH. Thanks for dropping by.